This is The Nest right here on Y254 channel, and as is the usual, as a leading youth channel right here in the 254, it is our business to ensure that the youth is not only entertained but also informed and educated, and that is what we are basing our discussion on right here on The Nest today. We're going to be looking at youth empowerment and skills, youth empowerment and skills training programs. That will be our basis, the basis rather, of our conversation on this day. And I have with me the founder and vision bearer of Mng'aro Mtaani, which is an initiative that is all about the community and the youth as well. His name is Torres Sam. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Vivi.
Torres, it's a pleasure to have you here. I want us to begin by you telling us a bit about what Mng'aro Mtaani is all about.
Yeah, thank you very much, Vivian. First and foremost, I want to say that Mng'aro Mtaani, as the word describes itself, Mng'aro is all about kung'ara, then Mtaani is just the hood. So the idea came at least 15 years ago, and I saw a need because I was raised in a slum. So I used to see many neighbors of mine and many friends of mine. We used to go to school with the same uniform. The same uniform, you go with it to the church, you go with it to play football. The same mama mboga with the same dress, with the same leso. So when I finished high school and my O-levels and college, I came up with an idea. What can I do? How can I give back? How can I change this situation? Because it's really boring. So as a mass communication student, I used my skills that I was taught. That is when now the social media, the Facebook was just coming up. So I used Facebook to mobilize. I started with the small clothes that I had in my house. Then I gave them to my neighbor, and I saw him changing the trousers and changing the shirts, and then I saw that kumbe ni kukosa alikuwa amekosa, but when he can get, he can change. So that thing really pushed me on, and then I started now urging members of my Facebook community, if you have anything in your home, in fact, if you have a cloth that you're not using, you have overgrown, or it's somehow not smart on your side, there's a time you buy a cloth, a Vivian, and you try it where you bought it, but immediately umefika nyumbani, you feel like, yeah,
that happens so many times.
See, yeah, you see. So you can't take it back unless the person selling it to you is a friend, but it's very difficult even if it's a friend to take it back. You umeshaiva ukaenda ukakula nayo mandizi kidogo, sasa kesho una feel like kubambi. So many of us sometimes tend to take those clothes and dump it somewhere. We also have children that have grown clothes. So that idea just came like that. So the first name was Your Cloth, Your Wardrobe, My Cloth. So it came with so many names. So finally I just came up with a small name that tunachukua Mng'aro, then tunapatia watu mtaani kwa mtaa. So it came Mng'aro Mtaani. That's how it started. So by that, after 3 months, I asked friends to donate. So after they donated, we collected around 30 sacks of clothes. And then I went to the OCS, who was just around that Korogosho area, and then I requested for a space and a support if they can help me to distribute these clothes because of the security and everything. And he accepted, and then we came there, and then we gave like over 500 people clothing. And then we start now seeing the impact that this thing is bringing to the community. And this is what really pushed me to keep on doing Mng'aro Mtaani. Yeah. So that's how it started. Yeah.
So it basically was birthed from you seeing a need, you know, just noticing, okay, I feel like, you know, some children in my community are not maybe they are not as blessed as I am. You know,
Yes.
maybe I have extra clothes, but for them, unaona nanguo the same over and over.
Yes.
That is how it was birthed. And then you decided to now bring your friends
Yes,
in,
no,
you know,
yes, no.
just asking, okay, do you have any clothes that you feel you're not using at the moment? Wanaleta to.
Yeah.
So that was back in the year
That was
2010.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2010, 2011. So that's how it started. Then after, now, it was early 2010. So we did it on Easter, that was April. It's when we gave out a mass clothing. So we started advocating for December now. So Christmas, we did a very big one, and we collect like a full cant of clothes,
Wow.
and it was massively done. And through that, now Mungaro was now growing in terms of we identified ourselves, and everybody now knew that if you have a cloth, if you have anything that you feel like you want to
Take
give,
it to Mngaro.
imagine, yeah. So during that December, we did not even only collect clothes, we also collect food items. We were given beds, beddings, and many things. And these beddings, we said that this one we are going to give to the elderly who are sleeping down pale mkomta, awana mattresses. So we gave them, and it was so appealing, and also it was like, it makes me feel like I want to cry, because there's a certain elderly mother who told me that, hey, kijana yangu nimekuwa nikirara kwa Kamugudo, tu Kamugudo na leo nitarara mzuri. You know that thing?
Yeah.
As a Luo, I started asking people, what is a Kamugudo? What is Kamugudo?
Tell us, what is Kamugudo?
Kamugudo is just a small mattress.
Oh.
Like a small mattress imeko kwa sack.
Oh.
Like something that's very small.
Yeah.
So that mother, she was very happy because she said that anaenda kulala ameshinda halali because mattress yake imechakaa kabisa. So that bite, nilichukua hiyo bite nikaiweka kwa my social media. So watu wakaanza kuleta vitu. Then immediately sasa tukafika size of speeches. Then there's a certain girl who said yeye anaishi na anko yake, but anashindwa, amepata nguo yes, but anashindwa kwenda kumwambia mbaie pads. So the same bite also nikaiweka kwa. So tukaanza kuletewa pads. So through that, I started inviting now media personalities, media personalities to come and talk to the young girls about reproductive health, and also giving them
The sanitary
towels and some pants. That was a mentorship program that also was birthed after that. We started with, after clothing, now it came to mentorship program, whereby we started going to school and talking to young girls about reproductive health, bringing media personalities and my friends who are in different sectors to come and talk to the young girls from the slums about how they have achieved their lives, and also talk to them about reproductive health. So that was number 2. So number 3, we also saw a need of young people after finalizing with their KCP now, because in the slums, a lot of people don't make it to higher levels, maybe secondary, maybe they drop out of Form 3, or maybe some of them succeed to university. But even if you have succeeded, but you unapata hauna do ya kuenda kusonga mbele. Your mother maybe ni mtoto anauza mboga pale, your father is a mjengo guy. So you have passed, yes, but nobody is going to pay for you your next step. So we started looking for friends and organizations that can support young people with skills. So we used to mobilize for the young people who have done well, and they want to not only done well, but also young people want to move to the next level with their lives in terms of skills. So we could just identify them and do our emails and requests for other partners if they can support them to attain whatever they want to attain. So that's where we come up with a skill development program, but it was we just source and then we connect them. So through that, we helped a lot of young people, and we supported them in partnership with other organizations to acquire skills. And that one was also so good for us, because it is not only good to give people fish every time, it's also good to give them a
Teach them
fishing
how
rod.
to fish.
Yeah, so we give them that, and as we grow, people notice that we are doing good, and then we started getting partners. So through that, Mung'aro Mtaani has really been giving people clothing. This is what people know us for, but whatever they don't know about Mung'aro Mtaani is all about, it's not only about clothing, it's also kung'arisha watu kimaisha na kiakili.
Yeah.
So
That is very, very impressive, I would say, and it's very commendable that you just started this thing out of nowhere, you know, just from the need of feeling, okay, let me just give out my clothes to this neighbor of mine, and then it grew from there, you know, just from giving out clothes to, you know, maybe your peers, to now even the elderly coming in, you know, you're supporting also the elderly, to now, you know, looking after this maybe young girls who maybe can't even afford, or their parents can't even afford a sanitary towel and so on. And it kept growing and growing to now it's a whole, you know, skills training initiative, and not just an initiative, you have a school.
Yeah.
Right? You
Yes.
were telling me off air, there's a school already.
Yes.
So just tell me, you know, before we get to speak about now the schools and the training programs that are there and the skills that you're equipping these young people with, just why is it important to have such initiatives, and specifically having these initiatives in places like the slums where, you know, we have the less fortunate, you know, people who are, you know, not as privileged to have resources. Why is it important mainly to have these initiatives there?
Yeah,
What does it do for these people?
Personally, as a true example of whatever it's you've asked me, it's a good question. Is one, being brought up in the slum through some of the organizations is what had made me who I am today. I've passed through organizations, church support, and many things that many people have contributed to my life. And growing up like that has also pushed me now to give back the same way that I passed through. These organizations are the ones who are also molding. It's like they are the ones who are molding other young people from the ground, because everybody will love to go to the university, everybody will love to achieve something, but they lack role models. The role models that we have at home, maybe in the rural areas, maybe in the less privileged areas, not only in Nairobi and maybe in Kenya, when they know that they have realized that they are role models, they run away from wherever they were. They were molded. You see, now they don't come back to give back to the community. You become a role model. Vivian, now you're a good presenter, but you don't even think of going back to talk to those young girls where you came from.
Now
you want to go somewhere else and be a role model somewhere, and you forget your roots. So sometimes it's good to come up with these initiatives, like not for ceremonial, but for real life changing programs. At this time, the government and the NGO board, they are trying to look on the organizations that are doing good in the community.
Yeah.
And this is something that is very good that to those ones who are doing it for a good cause. Because one, if you touch one life, it can touch other lives. So we need to have such centers in the slums, because they should be closer to the people. Not that they should, like the way they should be far. Like, for example, if we have a center that is in CBD, nobody will come there. Nobody will know that this center is doing this and this. Because number one, transport. Number two, how will you know? But even if you know, who will take you there? But if it is within the area, identifying the needy people will be very easy.
Sure.
That will be number one. But if it is far, you'll just get anyone and support anyone. But if you're within the people, with the people, then you will know the people.
Yeah. Yeah, very well put. So you started with Korogocho. Are you still based there?
Yeah, we started in Korogosho, but we moved our center from Korogosho to Lakisama.
Okay.
So we are within Ruaraka constituency, and we are serving beyond Ruaraka. The clothing initiative, already we started a certain campaign, dubbed Clothing for Peace, whereby we used to take clothes in various counties, like Machakos, Laikipia, Narok, Makueni, and this one was to promote peace and cohesion. For example, Vivian, you give me your cloth, you donate it to Mung'aro Mtaani, you are a Kikuyu, yes, and then we will take it to Nyamira. Maybe a certain lady from Nyamira will fit your cloth, and then we will tell her that this cloth that you're putting on, it's all the way from Murang'a, it's all the way from, and we use this to preach peace during post-election violence. The other thing is, sometimes back there was a very bad incident that happens in Solai. Through our page, we appeal to Kenyans, and in Makiu, we managed to collect like 2 lorries of clothing, and we took to that place. That means that people have a lot, and they don't know where to take them.
That is very true.
But if they find a way that somebody can take them and take them to other people, then they will believe on you. For us, nowadays we used to have a challenge of going to collect, but nowadays we don't collect. People just bring them to our center and then tell us, please go and take them like this. Maybe they are dirty. This is a bar soap. Wash them and donate them.
Okay.
We receive clothes as far as from Kisumu, Mombasa, Nanyuki. We receive clothes all over the Kenya, and these are the people that I don't know. They just call me, they just call our office and tell us that we have a parcel, just go and pick it. And some of them go as far as telling us we have paid everything, and we can also as well pay for the guy who will come and pick them to our center, to your center. So we have good people in Kenya, and we have people who really need good people to support them. Yeah.
Beautiful. So before we get to, into the training program in depth, I don't want us to bypass, maybe there's someone who's watching and they know they have clothes in the house that they don't wear, and they would love to, give them out to you, Mung'aro Mtaani. Where exactly is the center? You've mentioned there's a center. So
Yes.
where's the center, and then we continue?
Yes, we have a center in Lakisama, Mung'aro Court, M30. We have an office there. We have a dropping center. The other thing, you can go to our website, www.mung'aromtaani.org. I don't know whether I can give as well our number.
Okay.
0725 293 797 or 0788 91 37 87. That is our office line.
Okay.
So you can as well check us on social medias at Mung'aro Mtaani, TikTok, and everywhere. Yeah.
All right. So back to the training program that you now have. How do you get to determine what skills to have in these programs? And you can also let us know some of the skills that you teach.
Yeah. First, we came up with a members meeting. And we came up with a monkey survey before we came up. We established this organization, the Mung'aro Empowerment Center, because we have the Mung'aro Mtaani, whereby our slogan is "We value the vulnerable." But now Mung'aro Mtaani has just given birth to Mung'aro Empowerment Center, where our slogan is "We empower through skills." So what we did is first we came up with an idea of asking members of the public and also our members, what kind of training can we bring to this area? Then we gave the girls opportunity. We have like a small survey, and after that we saw that everybody want to do hairdressing, tailoring, that is fashion and design, hospitality, that is bakery, ICT, which is also key, that is computer skills, and then cosmetology. So those were the 5 more, they are called hands-on skills that anyone can just do as long as you have finished you are above 18 or you are below 18 slightly, and you are a young mother or you are a young father, you want to acquire that skill, because those are the ones that we are now offering. And through that we registered with the NITA, and then we were given that grade 3, and so we came up with an advertisement, and people applied, and then we recruited. So people were just paying a little money, like 2,000 for admission. So that was,
and then that's it.
Yeah, and that's it. You pay 2,000 for admission, and that's it. Yeah. So, and then you buy your own products. So this was a way of now empowering them. The first time last year we graduated 171 young people.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
It was nice seeing them, and some of the good testimonials that I had.
Yeah, actually, I was to ask you to give us, you know, some of these testimonies, you
Yeah.
know, of the stories that came out of the center.
Yes, some of the good testimonials that I had on that day, even for them talking about it, is some of them have never dreamt of putting on a gown.
Oh. Yeah, the graduating gown.
Yeah. Ati hao wanaonanga tu gown kwa university.
Wanajua hiyo si yao.
Hiyo sio yao. And Mng'aro Mtaani brought the gown inside kwa mtaa, watu wavae gown na watu wa graduate. It was something that make them proud, and it was also of value, not only putting on that gown, but also having a skill that they can be proud of. We have like around 80 of them who have been employed working in small scale businesses. Wengine wameandikwa kwa barber shop, wengine wameandikwa kwa massage parlors, wengine wameandikwa kwa
from the 100 plus that graduated, 80 are already employed.
Yeah, they have already wamekuwa employed. Wengine wamekuwa wamejifungulia biashara zao, wengine walinunua machines za kushona. People are making their own businesses, and we can't say that 100% of them succeeded.
Yeah.
Some of them walikuja tu because they wanted to joyride. Some of them take it to a notch higher, kuendelea na kusoma. Wengine hata wameenda university. Now you see, this was just an eye open and a kickstart for them, because you see, during holidays, mtu akikosa kusonga mbele na masomo, and the Bible says this, an idle mind is a devil workshop. Unaweza laumu msichana, unaweza laumu kijana, but hana kitu yoyote ya kufanya. That's when now peer pressure will come.
Yeah, and especially kwa mtaa, when you're just idle, you can get into a lot of things that you really didn't intend to get into.
Exactly.
You can get into becoming a thief, you know, you can get into, you know, prostitution, drugs,
pregnancy,
very easily.
A lot of things. So for us, Mng'aro Mtaani, as per now, we are trying to also as well invite more people to come to our center. Even if kama ulipata A plus na A minus ama nini, wewe kuja, because one,
kuna kuanga na A plus.
Sijui, ndio nasema, because people tend to say that mwenye amepata A, let's talk about grade 2.
Yeah.
Mwenye amepata A plus ama hiyo minus, like najaribu tu kuiweka in quotes.
Yeah, I get.
Yeah, anasema ati yeye anangoja kuingia university. Na hiyo time ya kwenda university kutoka saizi mpaka mwezi wa 9, a lot can happen.
Sure.
So we are inviting them, akuje apate skill. Akikuja apate skill na hiyo A yake, hata anataka kwenda kukua engineer, ama anataka kwenda kukua daktari, amekuja Mng'aro Mtaani, amekuja kutengeneza watu makucha, amenunua ile mashini ya kutengeneza watu nail, ameingia pale university. Sasa zile hasomi, anatengeneza wengine kucha na anapata pesa, si ndio?
Yeah, and the world right now, sorry for interjecting, is more skill driven.
Yes.
Because a skill is something you have. No one can take it away from you. If I learn today how to do, you know, nails, that skill will never get out of me. Like aitawai nitoka, if direct translation, you know. So you can easily just employ yourself, kwa sababu saizi kila mtu analia hakuna kazi. So you can easily just get to employ yourself as you continue, you know, tamaking, but still umejitafutia riziki yako.
So you can, that's exactly what I'm saying, because we have like 25 girls when you will take your advantage. Na saizi wengine wanasomea law, wengine wanasomea daktari, lakini mimi kuna ile, mimi hata saa zingine napata amenitumia thao, ananiambia aki ya Mungu nilisaidika, because what, huyo dem anajua kushuka. Yeye ndiye anashuka watu huko kole huko uni. Yeye ndiye anashuka watu. Kuna mwingine pia niliambia tu mama yake, huyu akienda umbaie cherehani tu hii ya 20,000 ama 10,000 aende ashone. So unapata inasaidia mtu, lakini wengine unaona hii ni kitu tu iko mtaa, haiwezi saidia mtu, na unapata already our certificates are also NITA accredited. So we are working towards to achieve a TVET. And in future Mung'aro Mtaani is going to become a very big college. According to my big dreams venye naiona, itakuwa hata na campus. We are looking for universities because we have so many people in our society wenye wangetaka kuja kwa university, but unapata nini hiyo fare, lunch, nini. If we can get partner universities who can come to our center, we can partner with them. They can offer we can offer many skills, as so either sociology, either community development. So such are the things that we want for our young people to achieve in life. Yeah.
Okay, and on that thought, we take a break. Don't you go too far. We'll be back to continue with this very inspiring conversation.